Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for an all new episode recap on today's Days of Our Lives, March 31st, 2025. It is the end of the month. We're getting into April. So let's get into this, right? So Jada and Sean haven't seen each other since everything went down with Rafe and it's been awkward. So Sean proceeded to clear the air between them, and he said that we haven't gotten a chance to talk. I haven't getting a chance to congratulate you on being reinstated as commissioner. So she said thank you. I know it has been awkward. I picked up on that, and I haven't told Rafe about us. I just really don't want to bombard him with that, given that he's been through a lot of things. They start to talk about EJ, getting away with his charges again, and Jada said that she might have something up her sleeve, right? Marlena gets a surprise from an unlikely guest, or a rather likely guest, because at this point Orpheus comes every couple of months to just reenact revenge on Marlena and the rest of them. So anyways, he says that he's there to reenact revenge on her and John after what they did to him years ago. And she's surprised he's out of jail. I'm like, jail has no bearings on him or Clyde, right? They always get out some way, somehow. So anyways, he points a gun to her, and she thinks smart and quickly, and has a suitcase and blocks the bullet, and she was able to take him down, which was just really anticlimactic, right? So back to Steve and the boys at the facility, right? So they're talking about how they're not finding John's whereabouts yet, but Steve did tell Andrew and Paul that he found a folder with Orpheus' picture. So it feels as if John has something to do with this. And he is saying that the mission has to take place around the facility, find out more information. Maybe Orpheus is located here somehow. And he said that Andrew can't be a part of it because of his, connection to ISA and all that. He doesn't want him to jeopardize his career, and he knows that his father can be, you know, hard on him and all that, right? So Andrew wanted to stay there for Paul and all that, but Paul is suggesting that he stays, leave and go check on Marlena. He doesn't want anything to happen to his future in the ISA. So he understands, and he leaves, and Paul and Steve separate, and to find out where John could be located, right? So Jada pays a visit to Belle because I guess this was her ace up her sleeve. She's asking Belle to help her take down EJ, and she said, remember I recused myself. I said, oh, because of your personal history with EJ. And she said, yeah, the one that you also told Paulina and Gabby. And she said, I'm sorry I told Gabby. I didn't know it was going to go to Mayor Price, and I was just really frustrated with what's happening with EJ and all that. How is it affecting Rafe and us? So Belle understands, and Belle says, I understand, but I can't help you. So she said, you might not be able to prosecute him, but you may be able to use his feelings for you to take him down. You can wear a wire. So she's all down for it because she knows he just caused problems for everybody. And it has also affected Brady and the whole Ava kidnapping. So she's down the door, right? So they go to the station, and Jada informs Sean and JJ about it. So she asks Jada to, wire up Belle, and, Sean gives her the best of luck. Some just saying, Jada and Belle, and Jada sleeping with Belle's ex-husband. I know she don't owe her no loyalty. They're not really friends like that. And Belle and Sean are divorced, but still, I don't know. Well, let me know in the comments, guys. Speaking of Sean and JJ, they get to talking about the fact that EJ is walking away from his crimes. Talk about Doug possibly not paying for his crime because Julie might not want to press charges against Doug's grandson. And they're just saying, oh, just another criminal walking the streets, So Sean tells JJ that Jada might have a plan up her sleeves. And then it gets to talking about Jada. He gets to talking about Jada on this passionate rant, how she's a strong woman, and how she doesn't deserve it. She's been through a lot, and she deserves to be happy. And so JJ saying, I wanted to check on you given everything that happened with Rafe. How are you doing? And he said it's all good. They get to talk. Him and Jada got to talk, and she said she's not going to tell Rafe at all. So he said, do you have feelings for her? And he said, well, he didn't get to answer that because Rafe Jada and Belle came in at the moment, right? So that was where the conversation left off. So Rafe again is trespassing in EJ's place in the hideaway this time. EJ's looking at his phone, wondering if Bella's gonna text him back saying that she misses him as well. And he walks out for a second. Rafe comes in and bugs the whole place. And I'm saying this man just does not learn. So he runs into EJ, and EJ's like, "What are you doing here?" So he said, "I'm here for Johnny. He's covering up his story. I'm here for Johnny." And where is he? So he said he's not here. So he said, "I heard you guys are on the outs after him hearing what you did to Sam years ago." So it's like, it's none of your business. Says like, "Oh, I'll just text him, to meet up with him later." So he said he has moved out. So he said, "I mean, you're not getting prosecuted for your charges, so I guess this is just payback, right? You and your son having a fallout." So he just said, "Here you go, just being delusional about all these crimes that I'm accused of. I am not guilty, right?" So anyways, he said, "You can confess your crimes to Marlena. It would be, confidential and all that." So it's like, I don't have nothing to confess. So if you have no business here, I guess our thing is done. You can leave, right? So that was it with them. But I'm just saying, EJ needs to just charges people for trespassing, him, Jada, Gabby, all of them, for trespassing his home, because it's not right. I'll be petty like that to do so, right? That's illegal. So speaking of Andrew and Marlena, so Andrew goes over to Marlena. He's checking in on her, and she asks about John. He said that they have no information on him so far, but they did find out about Orpheus. So she said, "Yeah, I saw him." So she showed him tied up, and she tells him how he came there to a hotel room with a gun, and threatening her and all. She had to think quick and put a suitcase to block her, and that's how she was able to tie him up. So she said that she want to go to the facility. He said it's not safe. So she said that, "You guys told me to stay here, and it ends up I didn't, I wasn't safe at all. So I need to see what's going on with my husband. Like, you understand, you would do the same for Paul, like John would do the same for me." So he understands and lets her go. And he ended up calling the ISA to say that he has Orpheus in custody and telling them the location. But by the time he turns around, Orpheus is gone, as expected, right? So Marlena goes to the facility, and she meets up with Steve. Steve knocks on the door. He shoots somebody, and somebody is there with their head on the table, right? So at this point, they're thinking it's John. Maybe it's not, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But as a viewer told me, or one of my lovely viewers told me in the comments, like, this storyline has dragged on a lot to give John that, conclusion. It definitely has dragged on a lot, and they need to just wrap it up, because it's just not exciting no more, right? So anyways, Belle goes over to EJ's place, and she has the wire on, and she said, "I got your text, I miss you too." So she comes in, and let's see how this goes, because Belle is like putty in EJ's hands, right? So let's see how this goes. So anyways, Sean goes back to Jada, and he tells her about how JJ know about them, and he said, "JJ, I can trust him, I confide in him." And she said, "Stephanie knows, JJ knows. I don't want Rafe to find out the truth about us. I need to tell him myself," right? So she said she's gonna text him, and Sean says, "Are you sure?" So she said yes. So by the time she was about to text Rafe comes in. Rafe is asking what's going on. So she said, "I need to talk to you." So she tells Sean to give them some privacy, which he did. And anyways, she says to him, "Okay, there's something I gotta tell you." But I'm saying she should have told him a long time when he asked her, because it's not like he can fault her for that. Like, she didn't know it was actually not Rafe, so that could have been resolved like nothing. So now he's gonna be hurt because she lied to him, and it's been a few weeks since then, right? So I hope she really comes through with the truth. Let's see. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on today's episode. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe.